Hi, everybody. My name is Renee Baker, and I wanted to welcome you to Mate 152, which is statistics. I wanted to take a moment to let you know a little bit about myself. I am retired. I retired in June of 2020 from D.H. Conley High School after 28 years of teaching. I am currently teaching classes at Pitt Community and have done so for the past 3 years, as well as teaching classes at East Carolina. I've got 21 years experience in statistics, so hopefully I can answer any questions that you may have. During this video, I'm going to go through and tell you where you will find everything that you will need for this course, go over the due dates and where you can find those, and hopefully give you all of the information that you'll need to get started. So let's get started with going to Moodle. And the course is open in Moodle. Whether you're in section 5 or section 6, all of this instruction will be relative to whichever class that you're in. The general class information page, first and foremost, has the attendance quiz that is due by February 12th. Now, this is also on the calendar, so please make sure that you go ahead and get that done as quickly as possible. I know with this being a late start class that you've probably done this for all your other classes, but the sooner you can get that done, the better. Also on the general information page, you'll see the course syllabus. So I want to kind of go through some key things on that. This gives you my contact information, the course description, all of that fun stuff. Some of the things that I do want to point out is that a graphing calculator, a TI-84 or above, is required for this class. A lot of these statistical elements you really can't do unless you have that calculator. If you have an Android phone or even if you have an iPhone, there is an app called Wabbit Emu, WABBITEMU, that will give you an app that has the graphing calculator functions. But if you have an iPhone, you have to pay for the pro portion of the app to be able to access some of the statistics functions that are on the calculator. You will be doing everything online, so you can also see the internet is required. My Stat Lab actually comes with your class, so I'll show you in a few minutes where you can find the access code, so you do not need to purchase this. It is not necessary for you to purchase the book, because you'll get the e-version of the book in My Stat Lab. The other thing that I want to make sure that you understand is the grading scale. The homework that will be assigned for each chapter and the attendance quiz collectively will account for 20% of your grade. The tests will account for 50%. You will have 4 tests. There are 4 modules. And then the activities worksheets are labs, which there will be 1 due for each module, will account for 10% of your grade. Then your final exam will be 20%. You will see that if you miss a test, that you will be withdrawn from the class if you miss 2, but you can have your final exam replace 1 test grade. So if you don't miss a test, then that final exam can replace your lowest test grade. The final exam is on May 10th, and all of that will also be on the calendar. So going back to the Moodle page, I also want to point out the calendar. This will stay on the front page, and you can access it at any time. The calendar will show you when everything is due. For the first 3 modules, your homework will be due on Sunday nights by midnight, and the chapters and sections are indicated. The lab will be due on Tuesday by midnight. Your test will actually open on the 18th in this case for the first test, because it will be open for 2 days. So notice that this is the day that the test is due by midnight. And like I said, it will be open for 2 days. That is the case for all 4 tests, but the Sunday, Tuesday, Friday deadlines are only incorporated for modules 1, 2, and 3. So there's module 1, Module 2 will be due and finished the day before spring break. And so this is the week of spring break for you guys. Then Module 3 will be due the first week in April. Notice that Chapter 6 is due on Monday, however, as opposed to Sunday, just because Sunday is Easter. So I wanted to give you guys an extra day. When we get to Module 4, which will be at the end, it doesn't incorporate as much material. And so you'll notice that those 2 homework assignments are due on Fridays. And that's so that we can get the lab in and the test in before the exam opens. The final exam will actually open on the 6th, but will not close until the 10th. So what you'll see in each of the modules at the top are these due dates, and they're in color, so you can refer back to that even if you don't open the calendar each time. In addition, what you'll find in each module, you'll find a document. This document I will use in my instructional videos as I go through each chapter. So if you'd like to print that down so that you can write on it as I go through and work out problems on there. In addition, in each module, you will find these external tools, which are interactive, somewhat like PowerPoint sections on each chapter, on each section in each chapter. There is a grade that is associated with each of these. However, this grade will not account for a grade in the actual percentage breakdown that I showed you in the syllabus. What it will do, however, is give me an opportunity to give you guys extra credit at the end of the course. So I would strongly encourage you to go through these interactive parts of each module. And I will be able to see your activity on that. And you can try over and over again until you achieve whatever score it is you'd like to achieve. At the bottom of each of the modules, if there's any calculator steps that you will need to do to successfully get to the different screens that you'll use for the stats functions that we're doing, you'll see videos that I've attached on how to do those. In addition, what you don't see yet, but will be in the module, is your lab. That lab will be uploaded at the very beginning of the module, and it will be due based on the calendar that I set forth. Labs are for you to show me your actual work. So what I will need for you to do is to either write your work on your own paper, or you can print the worksheet and write on it. And then you will need to scan in some way, either scan it with a copier, scan it with an app like Genius Scan, which I'll put a video on Module 1 that can kind of walk you through that, and upload it as a PDF. That will all take place in Moodle. That is not in my lab stats, which is where your homework and tests are. That is in Moodle. If you submit it anywhere else, then I won't have it to grade. You can see in the calendar that for the different labs, when they are due, the test opens 2 days later. So what will happen is you will submit your lab by midnight on the day that it is due. Again, that will be an assignment in Moodle. And I will give you feedback on your lab and grade those, and then I will email it back to you so that you can see the correct answers, so that you can see any mistakes that you made, so that you won't make the same mistakes on your tests. That will all be in each module. Now I want to go back to the general class information and scroll down, and you will see that to get your 30-digit access code to be able to access My Lab statistics, you will need to go through RedShelf. Once you go through RedShelf, it will give you the code. Please copy that code, and then you will need to go into My Lab Stat. There's a link on this front page for you to take you there, and it looks like this. Now, if you've ever had a class like any of your other math classes or maybe biology, then you may have a Pearson account already. If you do, just sign in. And what you will see on here is that the course code that you will need to, sorry about that. The course code that you will need to use is on this general information sheet or general information page. Please make sure if you are registering for a new account or you have forgotten your old account and need to register for a new one, please make sure you use your Pitt Community College email address. That will make it much easier whenever I transfer grades from Pearson MyLab to the gradebook and Moodle. The grades that you get on your homework, you can try multiple times, but there is only one try on the tests. In addition, there is a tutoring center that you can set up appointments with if you need any help, and a course evaluation down at the bottom, which I'll make reference to towards the end of the class. Hopefully this has given you all the information that you need. I do want to point out one thing. Your first extra credit opportunity is going to be this Get to Know You video. The Get to Know You videos will allow me to put a face to a name, just like I'm allowing you to see who I am, get a little bit of information about me. I'd like to know about you. Although we're not face-to-face and it is not a synchronous class, I would like to know who my students are and get to know you, and so that I can help you in any way possible. If there's a situation that you need to contact me, maybe possibly set up a Zoom meeting for any reason, you can use my Pitt Community College email address, send me an email, and we'll work out any details we need to. Please feel free to let me know anything about you, about your learning style. I'll try to incorporate things in my instructional videos that will help in any way possible. And I look forward to working with you. Have a great day.